Pierre Poilievre breaks the media. Full-scale panic unfolds. In the current political landscape of Canada, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has emerged as a polarizing figure, igniting a media frenzy that has left many in the press scrambling to adapt. His approach to media engagement has not only challenged traditional norms, but has also sparked a wave of criticism and concern among journalists and political analysts alike. As the federal election campaign heats up, the dynamics between Poilievre and the media have become a focal point, revealing deeper issues about access, transparency, and the role of journalism in democracy. From the outset of his campaign, Poilievre has adopted a strategy that emphasizes control over media interactions. This has led to significant tensions, particularly during public events where reporters have found themselves frustrated by restricted access. Incidents have been reported where campaign staff attempted to physically restrain journalists from asking questions, highlighting a growing rift between Poilievre's team and the media covering him. Such actions have not only drawn criticism but have also raised questions about the ethical implications of limiting press freedoms during an election campaign. The Conservative campaign has implemented strict guidelines regarding media access, including a controversial decision to limit reporters' presence on Poilievre's charter jet. This move has drawn ire from news organizations that argue it undermines their ability to provide comprehensive coverage of the candidates' activities. Instead of the usual practice where journalists travel with candidates, Poilievre's campaign has opted for a model that promises more local media access, but has resulted in a fragmented coverage approach. This shift has sparked concerns about the ability of the press to deliver timely and accurate information to the electorate. The relationship between Poilievre and the media has shifted dramatically compared to previous elections. While past leaders often engaged openly with reporters, Poilievre's campaign has been characterized by a more combative stance. He typically allows only a handful of questions during press conferences, often limiting reporters to one question without follow-ups. This contrasts sharply with the more open approach taken by his Liberal counterpart, who has been noted for allowing more extensive interactions with the press. The difference in styles underscores a broader trend where politicians increasingly seek to control their narratives, often at the expense of journalistic inquiry. This tight control over media access has led to accusations that Poilievre is attempting to manipulate the narrative surrounding his campaign. Critics argue that by limiting journalists' ability to ask questions, he is effectively stifling dissent and avoiding accountability for his statements and policies. Veteran political strategists have warned that such a strategy could backfire, as it alienates voters who value transparency and open dialogue. The risk is that Poilievre's approach may create an impression of evasiveness, ultimately undermining his credibility among undecided voters. The current situation has raised significant concerns about the integrity of political journalism in Canada. As reporters struggle to gain access to Poilievre and his campaign, there is a growing fear that the public will be deprived of critical information necessary for making informed electoral choices. The media's role as a watchdog is being challenged, and many journalists feel that their ability to hold politicians accountable is being undermined. This erosion of trust between the media and political figures is troubling, as it threatens the fundamental principles of a democratic society. Moreover, the perception of media bias has intensified. Poilievre supporters often echo sentiments that the media is out to get him, framing his confrontational approach as a necessary response to what they see as unfair treatment. This narrative has resonated with certain segments of the electorate, further complicating the media's efforts to maintain credibility and objectivity. The polarization of public opinion around media coverage can create an environment where misinformation flourishes, making it increasingly difficult for journalists to fulfill their role effectively. The unfolding drama between Pierre Poilievre and the media is not just a story about one politician's campaign. It reflects broader trends in democratic engagement and the evolving role of the press. As political leaders increasingly adopt strategies that prioritize control over transparency, the implications for democracy are profound. A well-informed electorate is essential for a functioning democracy, and when access to information is restricted, the very foundation of democratic participation is threatened. The reluctance of politicians to engage openly with the media can lead to a disconnect between the government and the governed, fostering cynicism and disillusionment among voters. Political analysts have noted that the current climate could lead to a more polarized electorate, where voters are less likely to engage with opposing viewpoints and more inclined to retreat into echo chambers. This trend is exacerbated by the rise of social media, where misinformation can spread rapidly and unchecked. As Poilievre continues to navigate his campaign with a focus on limiting media access, the potential for increased division among voters looms large. The digital landscape allows for the rapid dissemination of information, but it also creates challenges for journalists trying to fact-check and provide context for complex issues. As the Canadian federal election approaches, the relationship between Pierre Poilievre and the media will undoubtedly remain a critical issue. His approach has not only broken traditional norms, but has also sparked a full-scale panic within the media landscape. The implications of this dynamic extend far beyond the campaign trail, raising essential questions about the future of journalism, the integrity of democratic processes, and the role of political leaders in fostering an informed electorate. In a time when transparency and accountability are more crucial than ever, the unfolding events surrounding Poilievre's campaign serve as a stark reminder of the challenges facing both the media and the public in navigating the complexities of modern politics. The media's ability to hold power to account is vital for a healthy democracy, and as the lines between fact and opinion blur, the stakes have never been higher. Voters must remain vigilant and demand accountability from their leaders, while also supporting a robust and independent press that can provide the information necessary for informed decision-making. As this political drama continues to unfold, it is clear that the relationship between Pierre Poilievre and the media will shape not only the course of the election but also the broader conversation about democracy in Canada. The future of political engagement, journalistic integrity, and public trust hangs in the balance as both sides navigate this tense and evolving landscape. Ultimately, the health of Canadian democracy will depend on the ability of its leaders to engage transparently with the media and, by extension, with the people they serve.